For Practice2C, you can choose to continue with the drawing we completed for Activity 2B, or you can go ahead and in the Civil 3D Essentials Publisher folder, you can go to the Working folder and then the Survey folder and open SUV B2. So with that file open, we're going to import some points. So we'll start by going to the Insert tab. And on the Insert tab, in the Import group, we're going to go down to Points from File. We'll click on Points from File. And now we're prompted to make some choices. So for the file, selected file, we're going to click the plus to add that file. And we're going to navigate back to the publisher files, but now we're going to look for a data file. So I'm going to have to navigate to the folder that I saved my project files to. And within the Civil 3D folder, I need to find the survey databases. And then within survey databases, I need to find the data folder. Within the data folder, I'm looking specifically for Ground Shots 1. So with that file selected, I'm going to go down under the options for selecting my point format. I'm going to choose the PNEZD, comma delimited format. Whoops, I did that wrong. That was PEN. You have to be careful. We're going down to the end. PNEZD, comma delimited. And you'll notice as soon as I highlighted that, in the list of points, there were several point numbers that showed up in the preview area with coordinate and elevation data. So with that selected, I want to check the box to add the points to a point group. I'm going to create a point group specifically for this data. In our Create Group dialog box, this is going to go into Ground Shots. I'm going to click OK. Well, actually, they tell us in the advanced options to make sure everything is unchecked. So we're going to uncheck the elevation adjustment and uncheck do coordinate transformation, and we'll click OK. Right away, I get the error message that a duplicate point number has been detected, and I'm given options as to how to handle it. I'll click OK. And I've imported my points. They've been imported into the drawing, and I'm going to very quickly toggle to a preset view. I'm going to go to the View tab, to the View Manager, and I'm going to select the View Point Inspect, and I'll set that to current. So at this point, we're going to expand the point groups in our Toolspace Prospector. And within the Toolspace Prospector point groups, we'll now see the Ground Shots group. We'll select Ground Shots, and we can see in the preview area, these are the points and the coordinate and elevations that were added with the import we just completed for Task 1. All right, now let's select one and zoom to it. Well, this coordinate marker is the marker that is used for the co-go points. And all of the data that we just imported as the Ground Shots group will have that point marker associated with it. All right, so at this point, I'm going to do a quick save, and I'm going to continue on to Task 2. So I'm going to go to my Survey tab of my Toolspace Prospector. Within the Survey tab, I'm going to right-click on the Survey Databases option. I'm going to choose to set my working folder. So To set the working folder, I'm going to navigate to my Civil 3D Projects folder. The survey databases. With that selected, I'll click Select Folder. And now on the Home tab, I'm going to expand the Create Ground Data options by clicking on the down arrow in that group. And then I'll choose to import survey data. With that option selected, I'm going to, where it asks me to specify the database, I'm going to click Create New Survey Database at the bottom. With that selected, I have to give it a name. I'm going to name it Ascent Essentials. And I'll click OK. And then I'm going to click Edit Survey Database Settings. Now, I need to check under Units. I need to select a coordinate system. And I'm going to, from the Categories drop-down, I'm going to choose USA, California. So I'll have to go scroll on down. All right, I found USA, California. With that selected, I'm going to choose a particular zone in California. So from the drop-down there, we're looking specifically for NAD 83, California State Zone 6, U.S. foot. All right, so got NAD 83, California State Plains, Zone 6, U.S. feet. I'll click OK. Where I'm prompted to specify data sources, or actually I'm going to click OK here. We'll click Next, and now we specify the data source. So we're going to start by selecting point file for our data type. Our data is coming from a point file. For the file, we're going to click the green plus to add the file for import. We're going to browse to the data file. So earlier we went in our survey databases, we went into the working folder. Now we went into survey databases, and then we went into data, and then from in there we're going to choose field survey 1. So we'll select that, we'll click open, and it will add it to our selected files list. For our file format, again, we're going to select PNEZD, comma delimited, and we'll click next. All right, so this is the survey network page. We're not going to change anything here. We're going to simply click next. For our import options, we're going to make sure that we select the option to process line work during import. So process line work during import, we're going to check that. To make that yes. We're going to make sure we select insert figure objects. Make sure that's selected. We're going to make sure insert survey points is also selected. So with those three options selected, we'll click finish. If you get a message prompting you that there is a duplicate number, simply choose the option to override it. Check the option to apply it to all duplicate point numbers and click OK. All right, and all of the point numbers should have been bought into our drawing. If we go to our Toolspace Prospector tab, we should now have the group Field Survey 1 that was automatically created. At this point, we're going to go to our View tab, and in our named views, from the View Manager, in the named views, we're specifically looking for Point Inspect. We'll set that current, and that zooms in on an area. So this is an area, it's just east of an existing road. You'll notice the scale is 1 inch rather equals 20 feet. That's defined as the view, pre-created view. We click on our All Points group, so we see all of the points. We have Field Survey, we have Ground Shots. You'll recall our new points are Field Survey points. Let's pick one and zoom to it. The marker for the new points. Also, when we view this, let's go back a view, you'll notice that we have trees that came in with the survey data. So we bought in survey figures, survey points, and trees with diameters that were defined by the tree trunk as part of the survey data. So I'm going to save my drawing.